welcome back to Kruse Control. It is Wednesday. It is Mike's favorite day of the week. It's hump day, everybody. Welcome back to Kruse Control. It is October 9th, 2024. Welcome to Kruse Control, the home of entertainment news. I'm your host, as always, Brian Kruse. Welcome back, everybody. Happy hump day. I hope you had the humpiest of all the hump days out there that have ever lived in your whole life, from the day you were born to the day you are here today, I guess. Happy hump day. Anyways, joining me back on Kruse Control, everybody, my intellectually frothy, foamy, and over the top, sometimes flat, sometimes a little bubbly, Mr. Mike Casey. How's it going, Mike?
Sometimes flat, throwing the shade out right at the beginning. Okay, let's get that out of the way. Hi, Brian. Thanks for having me on the show. What's going on?
Yeah, not much. Good to see you, Mike. How you been?
I've been pretty cool. I've been playing around with AI, making dumb lyrics, reading comic books. It's a golden time to be Mike Casey right now.
You seem to love that a lot.
The king of hot takes.
Peppy's happy to have you here as always, Mike.
Thank you, Peppy. That's a nice thing to say, but it doesn't always shake out like that.
Yeah, but you never know though, Mike.
Hey, Mike, I'd vote for you for your hot takes.
Lucky today.
Outstanding, baby.
He's outstanding. Hey, Queen, what's up?
Hi, Queen.
Peppy believes in
I didn't even look at the chat yet. Hi, everybody.
Yeah. Welcome,
Angel.
Everybody.
I haven't seen Angel too. Hey, Angel.
It's been a while. Good to see you, Angel, too. Thank you all for being here. Happy hump day. Hope you have a great time, Mike. I'm happy to have you here. It's gonna be a fun show. Happy hump day.
We got great guests today. I'm really excited.
It's going to be fun, but of course, he's here to everybody. You know him, you love him. Being our technical director, as always, Mr. GR Waters, the Thirsty Daddy. How's it going, GR? Good to see you.
Drinking as always on the show,
He's a thirsty man. How you been, GR? How was your
name,
How you been since Monday?
Oh, just having more fun than I can stand.
Nice. Well, it's good to see you, GR.
Daddy is in the house.
Yeah, it's good to have you, GR. We're having a fun night tonight. Thank you for helping us out with all the chat and stuff like that. I'm happy to have you here. It's going to be a fun hump day. Hump day, GR. Good to see you. Also joining us back on Kruse Control, we're going through the works right now. You know where you love her, artist, creator, and amazing human being, everybody. You know where you love her, Miss Lexi Koval. Lexi, welcome back to Kruse Control. How you doing, Lexi?
Hi. You just can't get away from me. I'm back.
Nor would we want to, Lexi.
It's always a pleasure to be here with Mike. I like I'm here with Mike. I like Mike.
Our resident intellectual himself.
It even rhymes.
Yeah, Lexi's here.
And Peppy's happy here.
If I'm your resident intellectual, you got problems.
That's what I tell him, but it doesn't stop him saying it.
Right? Exactly.
We're happy to have you here, Lexi. Thanks for coming in tonight too and helping out. It's going to be a fun show. I know you're kind of off the cuff a little bit some of this stuff, but I think it's going to bring some hot takes up. I think it's going to bring some really hot takes.
Cuff,
Well, thank you for being here as always. We also have a very new person to Kruse Control for the very first time, everybody. I'm so happy she's here. Been trying here for a long time, representing Gen Z, everybody. Welcome back to Kruse Control for the very first time, Miss Valerie Zatarga. How's it going, Valerie? Welcome to Kruse Control.
Oh, it's good. I'm very excited to be here. This is my first time on the show, so it's very exciting.
It's going to be so much fun.
Yeah.
Applause for Valerie. How you been, Valerie? What's been new? You've been doing, how's life been? Tell people about yourself a little bit.
Oh, it's been good. I'm studying to be a nurse. I'm back home in Michigan. It's been good. I got to go to the beach while it was still nice, so...
It's already, the summer's gone by. It's already gone. It's unfortunate, right?
I know.
Have a new
terrible.
face on the
It
show.
was really nice though while it lasted. It lasted a long time.
Yeah. You should see, we still have summer here in California. It's still it was like 100 today or 90 something. It probably will be another month before we actually get to the cold weather. And that will be like
bragging, just straight bragging.
A brisk 60 degrees, Val. A brisk 60 degrees.
He is talking California cold, where anything below 60 is cold.
California cold is still cold, everybody. It's still cold. Just calm down. It's still, it's not cold, everybody. It's really
80 not. Here. I mean, it's crazy how hot it is here.
Angel says hi, Val. Good to have you here, Valerie. Thank you for being here. Everybody, thank you for being here tonight. Appreciate you. Valerie can bring some of the Gen Z kind of knowledge to the show that I have no idea about.
That's the idea,
I try my
right?
best. That's
She's gonna bring that Skibbity Riz, isn't she?
Bring that what? Skibbity Riz. The Skibbity Riz. What is that thing?
Yeah, the Skibbity Toilet Riz.
Well, I found out recently that means charisma, right? Riz? I didn't know that for a
Yes,
while.
it does.
Somebody was
Yeah.
telling me
Yeah,
that,
I
like,
knew
you know what
that,
that
Brian.
actually
Come on.
means? Okay, thirsty daddy. Okay, man. Of course you know that. I'm gonna give you a round of applause, JR, for having that, because I had no idea what that was.
You got 4 guests on a
It's
Wednesday.
great.
This is gonna go all to hell right off the bat.
It's gonna be all over the place. But thank you all for being here as always. It's gonna be a fun night. But it doesn't matter what date it is on Kruse Control, but it can be a Monday, a Wednesday, a Friday, a Saturday, a Sunday, any day of the week. There's always one thing going down, everybody. You know what that is. Come on. Y'all know it, you love it. It's a lot of breaking news. Come on. All right, the very first thing we'll talk about is Chaos, because Chaos was canceled over on Netflix, and I am just over the moon upset about this, guys. I love this show, and I was bragging about this show. Give Jeff Goldblum a chance to be your Zeus, and unfortunately, Netflix said no after 1 season, and Jeff Goldblum put a whole thing on Instagram, just upset about the whole thing. Oh yeah, Peppy is here too. I forgot about Peppy. He's angry queen. He's here, but Jeff Goldblum just very upset about this whole thing. I get it because it was a great show. Greek mythology in the modern days. It was a lot of fun. I think they did a great job of that first season, but unfortunately it is gone. And it bums me out because you'll cancel a show like this, but you'll greenlight this show right here, this Christmas show that means nothing to me. Now, if you guys didn't see this trailer, this new Christmas show came out, and it's got Jesse, or it's got I was gonna say Jesse Eisenberg. It's got Michael Cera. I'm going blank on his name too. And honestly, it looks like it was shot like in the 80s, but was brought out now, and it looks like it was supposed to be out that time.
That was deliberate, Brian.
Yeah, but it looked like it was honestly shot like on a cell phone or something like that. Like it's like this Christmas Eve movie. I'm like, why is this even happening? You've watched the trailer for this Christmas Eve in Miller's Point. It looks horrible to me. Like it looks like they were like gonna give to a joke, and we eventually get something good for this trailer. And then it was just like nothing happens. The trailer ends, and I'm like, great. I don't want to watch this. So maybe people love it. I don't know, but I don't think this is going to save Christmas. And I'm happy that Scientology is not stealing Christmas from the Muppets, because the Muppets will not be sold to Scientology, everybody. They will not be sold to Scientology. Round of applause for that. And this is their lot. Now, this is one of the oldest lots in Hollywood off La Brea, located. The studio was like one of the beginnings of the Muppets, and there was a whole thing going on that Scientology was going to buy it and do their own kind of, probably do their own Scientology films. They do a lot of those out here. But the Henson family came forward and said, nope, this is not happening. It's a lie, I don't believe it. So Kermit will be okay. Kermit will be okay, everybody. He's not going to get beamed up by Zunu today. Not going to happen. If he did, I would be fine with that. It'd be fine. It'd be cool, you know, but he's not going to get canceled. We're not going to get rid of that. But something we are getting rid of is JT's new tour, a couple dates at least, because JT has canceled a bunch of tour dates because he's injured. He doesn't say what he's injured with, but he's just injured with some weird injury. And he's like, guys, I'm so sorry to postpone tonight's show. I have an injury. It's preventing me from performing. And my question is, what's your injury, JT? We know you already had some problems with this tour before. You canceled a bunch of stuff. You had the DUI. Are you drinking again, man? Are you just drinking? You drinking and driving? You can't make it to the show because you're drunk? I don't know. But please, man, be responsible.
He hurt his ego.
And take care of your fans. I love JT. I just think that honestly, whatever's going on with him, there's a lot of stuff with this drama with this tour, and there's something bad happening here. So sorry, guys, not happening. Don't blame JT, and don't blame James Gunn for the Joker mishap, because he says it's not my fault. He was not involved in this at all. It's the executives. They did Joker 2. He had nothing to do with this before his time. So all the fans that are getting mad at James Gunn, be like, don't blame him. He is the head of DC, but he is not the reason for Joker to fail at the box office. He had nothing to do with it. Nothing to do with it at all. We'll talk about Joker a little bit more later, because there's more stuff happening with that. Even like Christopher Nolan was involved with Joker, guys. Christopher Nolan actually stopped Joker 1 from having a different kind of ending. And I'm going to get into that in a second. But Nolan has a new movie coming out, too, with Matt Damon for Universal, his first one since Oppenheimer, coming out July 17th, 2026. No name, no premise, nothing like that. I just know I'm going to go see it because I watch everything Nolan does. I'm excited to see what Nolan brings to the big screen. But he also is very involved with Joker 1. And he said that they couldn't carve a smile into the Joker's face with a knife because that was Heath Ledger's thing. So they didn't do it for that one. But I guess because he's been on a WB's pocket for a while, they didn't care about the second one, because we did see what happened there. So a lot of deep cuts into that actor's face to make a new Joker. And I just think it failed for a reason. We'll talk about that more. But speaking of deep cuts, Super Mario Brothers 2's have a lot of deep cuts, they're saying. A lot of different characters you haven't seen ever on film or in the games. Little, characters that you just don't see that generally from Mario. They're secret characters. They're hidden characters. They're villains and deep cut characters. I'm wondering, will Wart be in here from Super Mario 2? What do you think, Mike? Will Wart be here? Hopefully he is. But they have started shooting Super Mario Brothers 2.
He'll have to be, man. I mean, he's a main antagonist.
Make him in this. But they are shooting with this right now. The first $100 million made something billion, which did so fantastic that, of course, the second one's moving forward. It's going to be bigger, grander, and they're going to a new, different area of the Super Mario world. They're not saying this is Mario 2 or a spinoff, but all the characters are coming back, and I'm excited to see what that brings. Someone who's not coming back, we know we won't come back, is Diddy, everybody. I still want to know, did he do it? I don't know. Did he do it? I don't know. But Diddy is got a lot more problems. Update on the Diddy watch, everybody, because when it comes down what's been going on for Diddy lately, a third attempt's happening now to get him out of jail. His lawyers are pushing this forward, and they're trying to get him out of jail and get bond. So they're saying no, of course, over and over again, but he's actually putting up his house, $50 million bond, and a lot more things like, hey, let me go home and sit with the bracelet around my ankle and be fine. And he's actually accusing the government of playing fast and loose with the evidence when it comes to the claims of obstruction of justice and witness tampering on his part. So he's saying because it's happening, he's going to another court, try to give himself free, at least for the time being until his trial. I don't think it's going to work, guys. I don't think it's going to work. But I tell you what, something that's interesting is that actually the family of Tupac has hired Alex Shapiro to actually look into Diddy too, to find out if Diddy hired somebody to kill Tupac. So because of that before, now you get the problem with all the sexual assault stuff, with, again, everything that's happened with Diddy. Now he might actually have Tupac's murder on his plate too, on top of all this. Diddy's just done, everybody. He just really is. And a rapper came out, Jaguar Wright, tried to say that Jay-Z's involved in this whole thing too. He was on Piers Morgan. That got shut down. Piers had to apologize. And of course, that was just a bad lie. And there'll be a lot of allegations coming forward with the shift through all of it. But Diddy is in a bad spot, if you ask me. He's not coming back. But I tell you what, everyone was having sex at Diddy's parties, except Michael Jackson, because apparently Michael Jackson lost his virginity to his wife, everybody. So I don't know why I even talk about this, but that's what happened. Lisa Marie came forward and said that they were actually, his first was her. I don't even know how you go into this. But okay.
It's cute.
Great.
It's cute. It's nice.
It's
a nice
Mike.
thing for them. They were
It's
married.
nice. And the thing is, too, he was coming forward that he was a couple dates with Brooke Shields, with Tatum O'Neal, and also with Madonna for a second, but nothing happened until he met her, and they were definitely doing that before they got married. But that's good for them. Happy for Michael Jackson and Lisa Marie. I think they had a great time when they were together.
Michael Jackson said that at the time. As soon as he had sex, he's like, she took my virginity. Like, I remember that.
But I think it comes down to like her actually saying it though, Lexi too. And now he's in of course the press so much now with the new movie coming out that she's talking about this. So it's interesting. It's very interesting. But marriages are tough, guys. Ask Ye over there, because Kanye right now, there were rumors that him and his and Bianca Censori were going to break up, and they actually told their friends and their family they were done, and then they were found again kissing and making out and all this stuff again. So they're fine. Have you heard anything about this? On the Ye spectrum, Ye's okay. Ye all day. He's very happy. They won't have to hire a housemaid to take care of their marriage, because a housemaid is coming forward with Sydney Sweeney and Amanda Seyfried. And this premise actually sounds very interesting to me. The housemaid, of course, a wife and a husband. The wife hires a housemaid to come in because the husband's been actually torturing her for years and tying her up in the attic, and she wants to get free, so she hires a sensual housemaid to kind of seduce the husband. And when the husband is seduced, she bolts out of there, and then the housemaid actually is apparently freshly out of the jail and ends up torturing him and killing him. So a very interesting premise. I think it sounds fantastic. These two are great. I want to see who's going to be cast as the male lead, but a lot of breaking news, everybody. A lot of breaking news. Thank you all for being here as always. Appreciate you. A lot going on as always. Happy you're all here. I'm interested to see what you all think about all these topics. There's a lot of breaking news, but I gotta give you that 1 minute. 1 minute on the clock to give me what I'd say to everybody is, hey Mike, you got this? You want to say it tonight?
Breaking news! Wait, no, it's hot takes.
No! Hot takes! Come on, Mike! It's okay, Mike. It's okay. Jordan did the same thing on Friday when I threw it to Jordan. I'm like, really? Hot takes. This is that time to put 1 minute on the clock, and all my guests get 1 minute, break down all their hot takes and all latest breaking news. We got 12 topics tonight. Can they make it for that bomb blows up? Or why not? I mean, it doesn't really matter if they do, because it's up to you, the audience, who wins hot takes. And I can't wait to see who'll be the hot take master of this hump day edition of Kruse Control. Welcome on. Thanks for being here, as always. Valerie, excited about some hot takes tonight? Valerie's like, hot takes.
Oh my gosh. I don't know. What should I talk about? I gotta think here.
You gotta hit all the top. You don't have to hit all the topics, but the idea is to hit all the topics if you can. That's the idea.
Listen, I really hope that Kanye's wife is just free of him. Just let that woman go. get her away from him as soon as possible.
It would be
They have
great.
to marry him to begin
That's
with,
one thing.
though.
Lexi questions her decision-making skills.
Why would you
Yes.
get involved with them to begin with? You know what you're getting into.
The clothing line, of course.
Yeah,
that's why.
That's true.
Yeah.
The shoes, the pants, and the garbage bags they wear over your body. That's
Oh,
why.
okay.
Or the money.
I'm sure every woman wants to wear garbage bags. Mm-hmm.
Somebody does.
I mean,
Mike, who should go
Somebody
first with the
does.
hot takes? Mike, who should go first with the hot takes? What do you think,
Somebody
man?
does. Somebody Brian knows and pays a lot of money to loves wearing garbage
Hey,
bags.
leave Jordan alone, okay? Leave Jordan alone.
According to
Thank
Mr.
you,
Beast,
Ryan.
Mr. Beast thinks garbage bags are a fashion statement because he made all of his contestants, 2,000 people, wear them in a stadium for 6 hours.
Oh boy.
GR, my man, you got to set the tone. You got to lay a base layer for today's hot takes, I think.
I'll deal with it. Yeah.
All right. GR is going to go first because the Thirsty Daddy's out there, everybody. So, Thirsty Daddy, you feeling good about these hot takes? You ready? You smooth? You just slap him across the face and then land back on top of that mountain and ski down it?
I'll have a drink while you do the prep work, and I'll just do the hot takes.
Okay, GR. Well, take that drink fast because here we go, GR. Hot takes in 3, 2, 1. Hot takes.
Kaos Canceled, never saw it. Christmas movie looks stupid as hell and terribly shot. Hanson not selling to the Scientology, good for them. Who else? JT cancels. Oh, what's wrong, JT?
Crimea River.
No fault. Yeah, of course. It's not Gunn's fault, of course. He couldn't do anything wrong. Nolan's new movie with Matt Damon, I'll watch that. You know that. Super Mario 2, bigger and better. Sounds good. Diddy? Oh, come on, Diddy. You're guilty of everything, asshole. Lisa took Michael's virginity? I think it was more of a mercy fuck, personally.
Oh, shit.
Whoa.
He gets divorced, Dilligap. And the housemaid looks pretty good. I'll watch it. Just for the hell of it.
That sounds pretty good, right, GR? Well, GR, great hot takes. Congratulations. GR got the hot takes. How's it feel, GR?
Oh, it feels marvelous. Simply marvelous.
Great hot takes.
I'll have another drink.
Great hot takes, GR.
Thank you.
All right, Mike. Who's going next to the hot takes?
Lexi.
Oh.
Valerie, Mike's thinking for last, Val.
Peppy shits on me so hard. Like when I do a little talky shit in between and I take my time, Peppy comes and
Is
he
this
bites
supposed to be a
my
joke?
ankles. Yeah, you know it's real, Peppy, is the thing. So Lexi is the answer.
Stop, please, stop.
See, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, you gotta be careful of Peppy. That's all I'm saying.
It's the pep star.
Shut it down.
Yeah, shut it down. All right, Lexi, how you feeling? Feel good for the hot takes?
Oh, I'm always ready. I got this.
All right, Lexi. Here we go. Take a breath.
I got this.
Calm, collected, ready to rock and roll. All right. Woo! Hot takes in 3, 2, 1. Hot takes.
Kaos Canceled? Brian, you must be so sad. Christmas Eve in Miller's Point. Is that Michael Cera? Jim Henson not doing Scientology? We're Dozy new puppet? JT cancels a show? Ego. No one's putting a gun to James's head. He had nothing to do with Joker. Nolan has a new movie. That fucking Oscar's already printed and polished up for him. It's already sitting there waiting for him. You know that. Super Mario 2. There's only one thing I want in this movie as a trans girl. Birdo. Diddy didn't diddle? Of course he did. Lisa Marie took Michael's virginity. I told you. He talked about that shit as soon as it happened. He came out on stage and said, he did it. She took my virginity. I totally did it. So yeah. Ye's getting a divorce. Ye gets so many divorces, he may as well like have a blog book of how many he gets. The housemaid, clearly a man wrote this. This looks like some shit. I'm out.
and Lexi got it. Congratulations, Lexi. Great hot takes. How's it feel, Lexi?
It's good.
Woo. Great hot takes. The diddler.
Seriously though, Birdo. I want Birdo.
That's never gonna end.
Come on.
Never gonna end the diddler. All right, Mike. Great hot takes, Lexi. Great hot takes. Mike, are you gonna go next or send it over to Valerie?
Val, you see kind of what's going on here, right? They're giving it just a little blurb at every little bit, so you know. And,
yes, I know how this works.
We're trying, right? Okay, all right. Val, it's Valerie's turn.
Sounds
all
good.
right, we're gonna send it over to Val. How you feeling, Valerie? Feeling good?
Good.
I know you got this. It's good. It's there's no pressure. It's just fun. We're just having a good time. We don't vote. The fans vote, so the audience will vote. So just have a good time and just say whatever you're thinking. You know, there's a lot of topics, so have fun with it. All right.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, you got this, Val. Here we go. Hot takes in 3, 2, 1. Hot takes.
Okay, I did not watch Chaos, but I love Jeff Goldblum, so it's sad. This Christmas Eve in Miller's Point movie looks very old and vintage, so hopefully it's good. Glad that nothing's being sold to Scientology. That's great. JT, the cop who arrested you didn't know you because he was too young. Anyways, moving on. Sorry about your injury. James Gunn, yeah, I don't blame you for not wanting nothing to do with that. New movie coming out, Christopher Nolan. Yeah, hopefully that has Matt Damon in it. Loved him in Interstellar. Great. Super Mario. Great. Hope there's another Jack Black song. Diddy definitely did that. And then Lisa Marie, of course you took Michael Jackson's virginity. Of course you did. That makes sense. I hope Kanye's getting a divorce. Please get a divorce. And then... And then I agree with Lexi's take on the housemaid, for sure.
Yeah. Great hot takes, Val. Great hot takes. Wow.
It's about time.
Lexi's like, I like that. I like that. Great hot takes, Val. Great hot takes. Lexi's
Nice
like,
work,
someone's
Val.
agreeing. Yeah.
Women
Thank
don't
you.
write revenge stories like this. Men do.
Yes, exactly. I agree.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a
Also, I
very
love your
interesting.
hair.
Frightening.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's very, very pretty.
It'll change every
Well.
episode, I assure you.
Well, great hot takes across the board. Round of applause for Valerie one more time, everybody. Round of applause for Valerie.
Oh, thank you.
All right, Mike, it's down to you. You gotta give us the facts about Diddy. Did he do it? Did he diddle do it? Or do it done?
All right, I'll just talk about all the crimes of Diddy for the next 60 seconds. No, thank you, Brian. I am ready though.
Who did Diddy diddle? Go.
That's the question, Mike.
No,
Because he's
I don't. This makes me feel icky all over my body. I don't.
Start with Usher.
No, that's
and then move up from
disgusting.
there.
That's disgusting usage of that song,
No.
which was disgusting enough in its usage, even in the original context. I don't want anything to
You're
do with
killing
that.
me, Larry.
I know, Peppy. All right, Mike.
Big
Get ready.
Curved fan. Peppy. Okay, yeah, let's do it. Whatever.
What's
Very
up?
true, very true. All right, Mike, get ready to get soft, sassy, sexy, sophisticated, over the top, back, down over the moons over my hand me. Get ready for those hot takes. Here you go, Mike. Hot takes in 3, 2, 1. Hot takes.
Okay, I didn't write this. This is all off the top of my head. Lisa Marie took MJ's virginity. Lisa Marie, say you're sorry and give it back. The Henson Company isn't selling to Scientology. That's unfortunate. I was eager to see Lord Xenu and his loyal officers portrayed by Dr. Teeth and the Electric Mayhem. That's, you need the Muppet knowledge. I can't follow the Diddy news. It makes me too sad. Ever since he was arrested, my personal lubricant stocks have been plummeting.
Oh no, Mike froze.
He freeze. Oh no. I'm going to give him 30 more seconds if he comes back. Mike.
And I just such a okay. If you're gonna give me 30 more seconds, I can handle it.
Okay, I'm going to take you back. You're getting 30 more seconds.
You said
There you
now,
go.
sir.
30 more seconds.
Flow
There you
with this
go.
clock. Okay. JT cancels show due to injury. You know who wouldn't cancel the show? The only JT recognized by Kruse Control. That's right, JTT, Jonathan Taylor Thomas. It's tool time, baby. I don't know what Christopher Nolan's next movie is going to be, but if I had to guess, it'll be a psychological thriller with gorgeous cinematography and a complex plot that seems like it makes sense if you don't think too hard about it. The Housemaid is going to be a massive hit. How come they never refer to Paul Feig as the director of Heavyweights? Do I have 30 seconds after that?
No.
I mean,
more. You already had a minute and a
You
half.
have bombed
I
it.
think you got it. But great hot takes, Mike. great hot takes. Great freeze on that too.
Was it already?
I know, right?
Woo!
I'm pissed. I got a bunch of good shit here. There's more stuff.
Hey man, I can give you 10 more
It was
seconds.
all-
I give you 10 more seconds.
I don't know if I
Okay.
have anything good.
Good.
Yeah, I don't
Well-
have anything good. I watched Chaos. I'm sad Chaos isn't coming back, but
It's very
Jeff Goldblum
sad.
will have another opportunity to be a god. It'll be okay.
Great hot takes.
I
hot takes.
technically failed, but I'll take an asterisk after my name for that one.
What's up, Sean? I just started the poll right now out there. You tell us who you should win. Vote, 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 vote. Who will win hot takes tonight? What do you think, Valerie, about this Housemaid though movie? Do you think that sounds good though too? Does it sound like something that would like lure a lot more people into the movie theater? Amanda Seyfried, you got Sydney Sweeney.
I mean, I think if you have Sydney Sweeney in it, people are going to come to that movie because she's very, very popular and she's very beautiful and people like her and whatnot. A lot of young people really like her. But I do agree that like it's definitely a story written by a man for sure. I think that's
You don't see any way around
pretty
that.
obvious.
You
No.
agree with Lexi on this front.
I do. I really do. But I do think it will probably do really well.
I can see it doing well. What do you think, Lexi? Do you agree with Val on this?
It'll probably kill. I mean, like the casting's great, two hot blondes, and like it's one of those kind of movies that it's like the thing that men think that women want. So it's that sort of like casting and writing, and like it's nice that you have a Gen Z here because it's like I talk about them all the time. They don't go to stuff like this. Like this isn't like this wasn't interesting to you if you saw this, right? Like you wouldn't go to this. Am I correct? Like typically, or
This
like
type of movie?
yeah, like this or a Marvel movie or any of that kind of stuff. Like you guys don't go to the movies typically, do you? Like is it like really like a big thing for you?
I like going to the movies. I think it just depends on what it is.
Uh.
Like if it's something that I mean, like you'll go to like the really big ones, but I guess it just depends. It depends on the person, really.
Yeah, because
But-
I've always said on the show, I feel like they fail at marketing at you guys, and that they don't know how to market to Gen Z. And I feel like the biggest failure is that they market at like boomers and specifically millennials. It's like they don't even market at Gen X either. Like they fail at marketing at Gen Z and Gen X in particular. And I feel like those are the two markets that they really suck at marketing to, and they always have. Because Gen X was always hard to market to back in the day. Like they were the hardest market to market anything to. They were always indie product and indie whatever stuff. And I feel like Gen Z follows a lot of Gen X like mantra when it comes to consuming product and stuff. Like
Anti-consumerism, yeah, 100%.
yeah, anti-consumer, but also like they can smell authenticity. So when shit doesn't seem very authentic, they don't seem to want to gravitate to it as well. Like you're not looking for
gosh, thank
reboots
you.
and like you're not looking for a bunch of reboots to rehash the shit that we grew up with. Like are you
Complimenting your generation.
if we remake a bunch of movies, that's not for you, is it? Like you're not like, oh boy, I can't wait to watch a bunch of remakes of shit that my parents grew up with, right? That's not thrilling to you. You want original content, don't you?
You speak for
I-
all
yeah.
of Gen Z.
All of Gen Z, Val.
I hang out with a lot of Gen Z
You
people
are
though,
Gen
like,
Z now to our audience.
but like I find that like when I spend time
You
with
gotta let her
Gen Z
answer,
people-
Lexi.
What?
You ask the
Yeah.
question, you gotta let her
Alright,
answer
yeah.
them.
No, I definitely agree with that. I mean, I would say whenever I hear about like, oh, there's a remake of this movie coming out or there's a remake of that movie coming out, initially it's like that's pretty disappointing. Like, why are you doing that? Make something new and original. I think that's really interesting. And also, like the Gen X comparison, I've never thought about it that way. So that's really interesting as well. But yeah, I mean, these like, I don't know. I feel like a lot of Gen Zs like were watching like oh my God, what is it called? Whoever made like the Midsummer movies, like the you know, the more indie films.
Yeah,
Yeah.
A24.
You guys love A24 content, I find, which I love A24 content too. Like,
It's great stuff.
That,
So good.
and I feel like I don't know. I feel like whenever I talk to like younger people that they're not watching the mainstream content. Like they're not excited about Dune necessarily, or like the next.
Did you see Dune, Val?
I did actually. I did see. I saw both.
Was it a
of them,
Chalamet
yeah.
thing? Did Chalamet lure
No,
you
it
in?
was a Zendaya thing.
Oh, Zendaya.
That's what draws them in
okay.
is Zendaya. They don't care about fucking him. It's
Not surprising.
Zendaya. Zendaya is their thing. I
Yeah.
know that for a
Yes.
fact.
Yeah.
Well, she's
was
a big
They
hit.
love
very
her.
good.
They can put her in shit and they'll pull it in. That's what I'm saying. Like they don't understand who they're marketing to. They
GR
don't get
goes out for her too. It's like I don't know about
Like I
that.
went and watched.
I went to see Challengers.
Yes,
I didn't see
I
that.
went and saw Challengers.
Okay,
because of
okay.
her.
So
I
that,
was
that
like,
tells
I
us
have to
something
see
about Gen Z
because
marketing.
that comes because it's like the Euphoria kids, right? That's what they all come from. So like you're looking
Yep.
for those Euphoria kids. So any of those Euphoria actors, if they put them in stuff, they would have more Gen Z people watching it.
HBO
Which
is spotting
yeah.
the talent.
Yeah, and that new season's coming too, delayed quite a bit because of contracts and everything else and strikes and all that, but it is coming now. Finally, they're working on it. So, yeah, more of that's
Are you
coming.
excited
Euphoria.
that Daniel Day-Lewis is coming back to acting? Does that excite you? Like, are you thrilled about that?
Oh, about season 3 of Euphoria.
No,
Is that what I
Daniel
heard?
Day-Lewis is coming back to acting. Would that thrill you?
Oh my God, I'm so excited.
Exactly. See,
I
Put
don't
it on my
believe
calendar.
it.
One hint of sarcasm in that statement.
doesn't care at all about.
I've been manifesting this.
right? See, Gen
He'll bring
Z
his
wants to
milkshakes to the
run
yard. That's what he'll do.
Brian,
Oh, that's a good crossover, Brian. That's funny.
Valerie's excited about that as Mike is about this whole Muppet thing going to Scientology,
Oh, yeah.
right, Mike? Are you bummed
Incredibly.
that Scientology didn't buy the Muppets home?
It was a deep cut in my hot takes to evoke Dr. Teeth and the Electric Mayhem. You know, he's got the hat.
I want to see this. I want this.
Scientology has enough land. They got enough real estate. Like we don't need them going into. Although you know, if we're talking fantasy puppets, like maybe Scientology isn't like the worst purchaser. Like they can kind of continue with those ideas, right? Like they're in the same.
Kermit converted to Scientology. I don't want to hear that.
Kermit's been a Scientologist for
Who do
a
you
long
think
time.
converts first, Miss Piggy or Kermit?
Okay, so you asked me this question, Lexi, and actually, I'm the kind of person that will take a question like that very seriously.
I think
Kermit needs it. Kermit
is
is he's in an emotionally abusive relationship, right? And he's looking
Hey!
for that outlet that gives him kind of, you know, that narcissistic
right.
pump that enables him to do his job in Hollywood. So fucking Kermit, 100%. Are you kidding me?
So Kermit pulled her into it.
Yeah. He goes first, and then
he brings everybody with him.
and then Miss Piggy becomes
think
like
Miss Piggy
an
go first.
enforcer. Becomes an enforcer for the top tier of
Or does she become
Scientology officers.
like Katie Holmes and like end up completely like
No, that is a bad analogy.
or Miss Piggy becomes dinner, you know.
Yeah.
Who voted? Anybody vote yet? Who's voted? What's the numbers look like?
Oh, Peppy. Oh, yeah, Peppy. Oh, yeah, we do a winner of hot takes, Peppy. Yeah, Peppy's checking me in here. So, okay. So, watch out for Kermit and Scientology, and don't bring Miss Piggy with you, Kermit. Just don't do it. But we do a winner of hot takes. And I'm so excited because everybody voted. Quite a bit of people voted. I appreciate you always. So, without further ado, everybody, the winner of hot takes for this hump day edition of Kruse Control is Valerie's the target. Congratulations, Val. You won hot takes.
Why? That's great though. Thanks.
Crowd
I'm actually very surprised by that. I was like, wow. At first, I was like, I don't know what I'm doing, but thank you.
Hey, you did a great job, Val.
You did do a great job. Sincerely.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's great. Well, great job on the hot takes. Great job. Thank you all for voting. One more round of applause for the audience out there. 232 of you. Thank you for voting. Appreciate you as always for being here on Kruse Control. It's going to be a fun night, and I really do appreciate the hot takes. That was fun. It always is. And watch out again for Scientology and Kermit. Leave Kermit alone, guys. Leave Kermit freaking alone.
Tom Cruise is already a Muppet, by the way. Like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Is he a man or is he a Muppet? Is he a man or is he a Muppet? That's the question. I just know Tom Cruise gets all of his money when he asks for it, unlike Limp Bizkit. So can we talk about Limp Bizkit not getting paid? So the hot dog flavored water is still rocking and rolling, everybody, as we know. Good to see you, Nancy. And I'm really excited. I'm really excited about this because I liked them back in the day. I did when I was high school. I loved everything. I loved Rollin'. That was a big hit. I love the hot dog flavored and chocolate starfish. I'm happy that they came back, and I'm happy they're getting an opportunity to come back and thrive again. And Fred Durst is out there, Grandpa Fred Durst. He looks like Santa Claus Fred Durst. But I'm really happy for him. But I'm not happy that, of course, Universal Music Group has been not paying them royalties. That's insane. And they're saying it's over $200 million worth of unpaid royalties. And they didn't even know because, again, they weren't doing much. But when Gen Z started listening to them and all of a sudden this new generation starts rocking out to Limp Bizkit, Fred Durst's like, where's my money? Where's my money? And of course, they're like, well, we invested a lot in you guys. We invested over like $43 million into your band to make you become something. So those royalty money is just going to pay us back. That's what's been happening. And they're like, that's true. So then he goes back to his original company, Flip Records, who signed them back in '96. And Flip Records is like, oh, we've gotten like millions and millions of dollars of residuals because of this. So you're just not getting paid. So they just decided to hold back. So now Fred Durst and Limp Bizkit is moving forward to sue them. And I think they deserve their money, guys. Like, honestly, when you're an artist and you put it all out there, the label should not have a way to take away that money. And they put a bunch of guidelines in to actually revert that money back to the label as opposed to giving to Limp Bizkit. It's a sad thing. It's a sad thing. Now, of course, Universal saying this is not true. Again, they're saying there are all these costs from Limp Bizkit back in the 90s that they have to pay for. That's why the money didn't come. I don't believe that. They're just being greedy. And it's very unfortunate, of course, because Limp Bizkit needs to keep rolling forward. And they can't if they're not getting paid. So it's crazy times. But Limp Bizkit is not something I'll be talking about these days. I wasn't for a long time. And not to like lean on Valerie one more time, but Val's here. Why is Limp Bizkit so popular, Val?
I love Limp Bizkit. I don't know why. Listen. Okay.
Wow. Okay, and you admit that. That's something that we would not have been able to admit for years and years.
I hid my Limp Bizkit CD.
I'm telling you, Limp Bizkit is pushing crowds like it's 99. Okay,
Wow.
It's Woodstock 99 every time they go out there, and
Yeah, but
everybody
Woodstock
loves-
99 was a shit show because it was such aggressive, large
so
cargo, short male energy. Yeah,
Okay,
but you like it. You're into it.
One Woodstock.
And I'm telling you, like over the summer, like with all my Gen Z coworkers, we just listened to like Limp Bizkit and Korn. Everybody
I
loves
love
new
that.
metal.
I love that
Freak
Gen
on a
Z
leash.
girls have.
You an angel.
Because I fucking hated Korn growing up, and I hated Korn people. People, these machismo guys that were always like beating me up. I got beaten up by Korn fans more than anybody else when I was growing up. Like seriously, they beat me
That's
up
so
so
shitty.
for hating Korn. I was like, I hate Korn. I don't like this band. I fucking hated the fans even more. And then it became what you guys did. Like you turned into girly pop, and I've seen the TikToks of like these like
Yeah.
girls dancing, and I
Like
fucking love this shit so
What?
much. This is the best thing I've ever
Yes.
seen. I was like,
I have not
please,
seen these.
keep it up.
Yes.
I was like, girls, like keep taking all this like masculine male shit that I grew up with and turning it into the girliest shit ever. I fucking love it.
I need some
Love
links.
it.
I want to see this shit. Like, see,
Love
like,
it.
I don't know what you're talking about at all.
Cutest
Yeah,
shit
I
I've
love that
ever
you're
seen.
here.
It's so cute.
Oh my god.
I have-
Also, I
it's
love
all-
Deftones, and that's like my favorite band.
Well,
Like,
Deftones
I
are
love
real.
Deftones.
There you
go.
Deftones
Gen Z.
The
Gen
Deft
Z loves
ones.
Deftones. Like big into Deftones.
Yes, absolutely. I love the
But Val-
videos of like what?
Was it a thing? Was it a thing though? Like, was it a thing where people were just listening to the album, like you just heard kids listening to it, or your people around you, or were they actually touring? Because I don't remember Fred Durst touring right now. Did you encourage him to come back out and tour?
Yeah. Totally did.
I mean,
Absolutely did.
okay. They're definitely I'm pretty sure they've been touring. Like I know my
yeah.
brother saw them
They've been touring
like not that long
continuously
ago.
for like I
Shout out
think
to
like
Ken.
years, like just on and off. They've been doing it for money because that's how they make their money is touring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
most bands do.
Yeah.
That's really what the bang for the buck is right there. Like they don't get it from records.
He's been doing it without like most of the band members. So it's just been like Fred and a couple of like
Yep.
Oh.
Lethal and somebody else. I think that's it. So like
Wow,
he
I didn't
didn't
know
it's
that.
him and yep,
Cool.
the I can't ever remember his name, but the guitar player that always is
Wes
doing
Borland.
something crazy.
Wes left the
Yes,
band because he
exactly.
hated being in it. He was embarrassed. It was the most embarrassed thing he ever felt.
Corn is quite healthy, Angel.
Destroyed his cred. So he couldn't be in any other bands and couldn't do anything else because he was in Limp Bizkit, so it completely destroyed his street cred.
Lexi, are you surprised?
Oh my god.
Are you surprised that the record label was stealing all this money from them from years, or do you think that they're lying and this is not true?
I was shocked by this. Like, I thought that okay, so like what they were saying basically was like they were paid their upfront for their first album, not even like the second album. They were paid their upfront residuals, and you know how like the album they'll not get any money until the amount that they're reimbursed is paid off, right? So they got that back in spades, and like they put out several albums since, and the fucking label was like withholding all of their royalties on every single album that they've put out, including their new one, which the Dad Vibes
Which is
album,
insane.
fucking awesome, good album, like really good album. I'd say that Dad Vibes is the best album since Nookie, like no doubt.
Oh.
I'm not a fan of this stuff, but like Dad Vibes is a good album all day. I love the dad rock stuff that he's doing right now. It's really good. I'm really into it.
Dad rock. What a name.
Fred Durst is a shockingly smart person. It was all a persona, right? Like off the scene, he was an incredibly smart individual behind the scenes. He built all of this. He built this persona. He built this character. He understood what he was doing marketing wise. Everything he did was a marketing strategy. So he made his money off of other things. He didn't make his money off of the actual albums. All of his money came from touring, residuals, the Woodstock 99 stuff. All of that is how their money came in. So Fred's money wasn't earned through the fucking music, I guess, which I always thought the music was part of it, because they had deals with Adidas. They had deals with the Red Cap. That was I don't know.
You have to do all that.
Yeah.
That's how you make the money.
So they had brand
Sponsorships.
deals with all kinds of like clothing labels and all kinds of stuff. Like he was, like I said, smart businessman. He was putting himself out there. That's why they were hated, though. Like you understand, like they were just a giant marketing tool. Like they
Yes, that would be one of the main reasons
like,
that they
I don't
were
know, man.
hated.
That smells
Agreed.
pretty funky to me.
and metal people like there's two things people that don't like that Gen Z I've noticed like don't understand. Growing up in the 90s, genres didn't mix. You didn't put rap and you didn't put rock together, and when they melded, people were offended. And so the metal people
did a lot
were
of rapping.
mad, and the
Okay,
rock
fair
people were
point.
really mad. And so those two genres together were looked at as a laughable thing, and so nobody took it seriously. When
Unless
rap
you're
rock was
Rage
first
Against
created.
the Machine, in which case everybody
Rage Against
loved
the
it, and you weren't a
you're
marketing
absolutely
tool.
correct. That was a few exceptions, but like most
good.
of it wasn't taken seriously, and so
Truth.
nu metal was never taken seriously as a genre. You were a joke if you were into nu metal. I know, I was into it. Like you were not taken seriously. Like this was not a serious genre. I know when amongst my metal friends, I was hated and made fun of for listening to this stuff. I had to hide in my room.
Most people were like,
and
see,
not-
most
yeah,
people made fun of you
yeah.
for listening to Limp Bizkit
This
back
was
in the day.
like-
Like, you listen to Limp Bizkit?
Yeah,
Unless
this
you're a
was
wrestling
label.
fan,
Like,
because
it
they're
was
big for
not
that.
a thing that you want. Oh yeah, and the same with like Rob Zombie. Even like early Rob Zombie people were the same way. They got typecast as like you said, the wrestling people and
The
stuff like
wrestling
that.
fans.
Yeah, like there was a lot of typecast, especially if you sold out. So anything that was like metal that was mainstream was very, very, very looked down on. It's not like that anymore. There's so much
Nope.
mixing of genres. There are like genres within genres within genres nowadays that like
Well, and
you don't
selling
even know
out
what
might be
anything is.
a virtue now, though. Too,
Right.
I've heard.
Well, and
I mean, you
there
mean
are
like
barely
selling
even
out, like
bands
selling out to the.
anymore.
You mean like selling out, Mike? Like
Make
being
that
like,
money,
oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
for
it's
brand,
all,
yeah.
It's all looked at differently, but I mean, regardless of that, Limp Bizkit, I mean, they're an iconic brand, and there is a lot. That's it. The guy deserves his money.
Boom, ba-doom, boom.
Brand aside, if
Just
people
think
are
about it.
grooving to the tunes,
There's a lot
like,
to look at here too, and with what Fred Durst is doing, this can be looked at with other bands. This is not just because if he
Sum
wins
41
this,
suing their representation too right now over some same stuff.
they're looking at this and they're saying, you're not just doing this to us. You did this to other bands on our label. You did this to other people. It's not just us. We're fighting this for us, but if we win this is going to come back on you. So
this has been an ongoing fight in
right.
rock and roll since the start. I mean, this is not new. This is not unusual. The labels have been ripping people off for decades.
Absolutely.
GR, can they actually think that Fred Durst and Limp Bizkit can make an impact, like Lexi's saying, to make a revolution to stop this from happening?
No, it's not going to stop it. I mean, they'll get their money. The courts will prove that. But it isn't going to change anything, Brian. I'm not kidding. This has been going on since rock and roll started back in the 50s.
Can I ask you a question too, GR? Why does Fred Durst look like a disheveled substitute teacher right now too? I just want to know.
It's Brian, he's closer to my age than he is yours.
Can't live with him.
Is that true,
Can't live without him. It's dad vibes.
Dad vibes. Mike, you have those dad vibes?
Grandpa vibes.
He's got the drip. He's got the dad drip.
He's been wearing his tracksuits. He likes it. He's into it.
I like
Is he still wearing
dad vibes. Look.
Oh god. Good for him. Good for him.
I honestly do think something when it comes to Fred Durst. He's really fucking smart. Like, this guy's like shockingly smart. Like, once I always
or he got money and he surrounded himself with people who have good ideas. Does he have a book of essays I can read, Lexi?
Read the fine print, Queen.
No, like when I was saying, like, when I was growing up, I thought he was a fucking idiot, right? Like, I always hated this guy.
Was it the shorts? It might have been the shorts. I think that might signify.
It was the whole 9 yards. But then I started studying him, and I started getting into like the mechanics of how he functions and how
you got a degree in Durstology.
I did. I've actually I spent a lot of time learning about them for some reason, and it just like, wow,
get it.
They're really interesting. Like, once you get behind the scenes and learn about them, I was like, they're fascinating. Like, they're such an unusual grouping of people who ended up making some of the worst music ever, but like, they're all really smart people. And that was
Val, you got a rebuttal for that? Is it the worst music ever, Val? Is it the worst music ever? Rebuttal against that?
It's so bad. It's so good at the same time.
I think that's what it comes down to. Like, I mean,
that's good though. That's good. If it makes you feel good, it's good. Like, who gives a shit about the analysis?
That I can be deceived by my so-called girl, what you want, but in reality.
There you go. And what a great end of the segment. What a great segment end. That was our take, Brian.
Before we go, Mike.
Yeah.
Can they get this money? What do you think? You think that it's Universal, a huge conglomerate, can they beat the man?
Yeah, I'll keep it short. It's hysterical that we have Limp Bizkit as the underdog. If you had asked me in 1999 if I'd be rooting for Limp Bizkit, that's a sack of horseshit, Lexi. But
they also on a toilet on stage. They're always the underdog.
Yeah, they'll get some money. Either their label will cash up to shut them up, or they'll drag it out to the bitter end. They'll get something. And hopefully it sets a precedent for artists getting paid on, their publishers getting rich. Like, I know that they take some of the risks off of the artists, so like that's kind of the justification. But then when you hit a gold vein, like it's natural they want a piece of that. So hopefully they get a piece.
Show them the money, Mike.
Yeah. Show me the money.
Did you know that the very last music video ever shot on the Twin Towers before they fell was Limp Bizkit's Rollin'?
Oh boy. Really?
I'm going to remember that until the day I die. Like,
well, and you know what? That's why the towers fell, because they rocked so hard on the towers.
Yeah, that's it.
The structure.
That makes it worse, Brian. Enough time had passed, but that makes it way worse.
That's a new conspiracy theory, thanks to Lexi.
Hey, Todd, we got Ty in the chat.
What's up, Ty? Good to see you, man. Before we go out of this, so Val, for the people out there who still don't believe that Limp Bizkit deserves a second chance, tell them why.
Listen, give Fred Durst his money. I love that man. He's smart. He's funny. Very good. Good music. I just want to go to a Limp Bizkit concert and wear my red hat and some cargo pants and some like massive DC shoes and a triple XL t-shirt.
Oh yeah.
That's all I
Bam.
want to do.
I'm back on board.
Yeah.
It's like half the
I want to
wardrobe.
cosplay
Well.
Gen X.
I get
There
the
you go.
cheapos out, girl.
Well, Limp Bizkit, everybody, is trying to get their money. Pay them, pay them, pay them. What's up, Ty? Take care of your people, whoever you are, whatever company you are, take care of your people. Again, they've given a lot to the music industry, as we've said, and they deserve to get paid their money. So take care of them. Mike, or don't, and Mike will just be like, whatever,
I'll
guys.
come repo your Scientology outfit.
Repo it away. But somebody won't have their Scientology, their car, their house, nothing repoed. It's Ryan Murphy, everybody. And Ryan Murphy has a new show coming out based off a graphic novel. That's crazy. Let's talk about that in Comic Corner. So, Ryan Murphy's coming back for another project. Of course, there's been so much talk about the Menendez brothers. Talk about that in the show multiple times. That's just like tearing up the airwaves right now. But now, Evan Peters is coming back to work with Ryan Murphy one more time for The Beauty. Now, this is based off a graphic novel, as I said before. It actually sounds very intriguing to me. Now, it's got a pretty big cast rounding out, too. You got Ashton Kutcher coming in here, too, Anthony Ramos, and Jeremy Pope. Now, Ken, we know that Kutcher has some stuff going on already, that some drama. We talked about that in the show multiple times. He's still Mila Kunis, as far as we know, guys, so just we'll leave it there. This whole Diddy thing is causing crazy stuff to happen. But this sounds very interesting. Now, Ryan Murphy, again, he's got so many shows. He's got American Horror Story, American Horror Stories, American Sports Story, American Crime Story, American Love Stories coming. Every kind of story you have. I'm waiting for American Geek Story. Can't wait for that to come out. American Trucker Story. Can't wait for that one too. American Underwear Story. Give me it all. Let's go. Right, Mike? Mike wants to see that one the most. But this new one.
I'll appear in it.
This new one, it takes place in a world where a sexually transmitted disease spreads across the world, largely because it makes people physically attractive. So when they get this STD, they become attractive. But two detectives are trying to find out what's going on. They stumble upon a conspiracy surrounding the disease's origins, and shenanigans happen. Now, this sounds very interesting to me. It's in production this fall. I think it's actually kind of cool. Mikey's been reading this comic a little bit, which I think is really fantastic when we start talking about Great cast. Evan Peters, again. Round of applause for Evan Peters. Love this guy.
Great and Dahmer. Great and Dahmer.
Great and Dahmer. And every time I worked with him, too, he's been just a fantastic human being on American Horror Story. Very talented man. Happy he's coming back to that world. Dahmer, you're right. And the first season of Monsters did better than the second season with Evan Peters behind that. I think that he's just a fantastic talent. And I'm happy he's part of this. This sounds great. Mike, you read the comic a little bit. Does it intrigue you more? Is this different from a Ryan Murphy thing? Now, Ryan Murphy did, for American Horror Story, did that the one season with Kim Kardashian, where that was based off a novel, too. Is this a new trend for Ryan Murphy? And it's a good way to go, you think?
That's exactly what I was gonna say. Like, Ryan Murphy is on the ascendancy. Like, how many times has his name come up on the show? Like in the past,
all the time.
In the past, like 4 weeks or so, with like many different stories we're talking about the guy. And I'm happy that he is involved with this. Frankly, I don't know what his style is. I haven't watched a whole lot of American Horror Story, but his cinematography is incredible. I like his use of camera angles because he uses that to portray authority or power dynamics in the scene a lot, which is kind of pretty cool. Evan Peters, incredible in Dahmer. I liked him a lot. I didn't expect him to be great, but he dug in there and got a lot of acting chops in there. The comic, Brian, it's a 6-issue comic. I got through like 4 and change before we started recording today. It was really intriguing. I see, I don't even know from Ryan Murphy. What I got, it's 10 years old, the comic book, and it kind of dealt with a lot of issues that we have had to deal with as a society in the last 10 years, so since the publication of the thing. So I actually think it's a great property to pick up, particularly by a guy who's got so much heat on him right now, like Ryan Murphy. The vibe I got off the comic book was, police procedural, a little bit of true detective, right? True detective vibes. Because it's also working very heavily, as you would imagine, if it's about an STD that makes you beautiful. There's a lot of cultural commentary, allegory in there.
It sounds like a Ryan Murphy project right there. When I heard the premise, I thought he wrote this. Mm-hmm. So, because he does like to touch on these, like, STDs, like the different cultures. He likes to
don't touch on STDs, Brian. The general medical advice is not to touch on STDs.
I mean, or if you do, seasons,
wrap it up.
Yeah, the good point, Mike. Round of applause for that. That's a public service announcement from Mr. Mike Casey, everybody. So be aware, and be careful. I'm not going to say what my father would say, but my father had similar words when I was a kid.
Your cousin is here. You got to keep it a little bit restrained.
I can't do that to Dean tonight. Yeah. Can't do that to Dean. But Ryan Murphy does these kind of projects, Mike. It seems like something he would have written. So when I heard this, I'm like, oh, it makes sense. Now, Delicate, what he did with the Kim Kardashian, Val, I don't know if you saw that season, that was based off a novel too. And again, the actual writer came in to help write the whole season. Do you think that that's something he's going to lean on more, Valerie? Because Ryan Murphy's been doing this a lot. He's got so many projects. And you were a fan of Ryan Murphy. So are you excited about anything he does?
Oh, definitely. I mean, I've watched pretty much all the seasons of American Horror Story, just the whole way through. And I haven't seen the new Menendez brothers thing yet, but Ryan Murphy has just done yeah, I've heard really good things about it. But yeah, no, I imagine because he does so much, he is probably going to lean on, previously written things, and other writers. Just because, I mean, like you said, he does do so many different things. He's part of so many different avenues right now. But I would definitely watch this because, I mean, Evan Peters is the Ryan Murphy, golden boy. I love Evan Peters so much. So.
He's such a sweetheart too, Val. He's such a sweetheart, a nice human being. Are you? Is there any fatigue, you think, for Ryan Murphy because he does have so many shows, though?
Probably. I mean, he's doing so much. He's probably exhausted by all of this. And I feel like, you can see that in the later seasons of American Horror Story. It's just...
that's a little bit shade.
It's a little shade, but it's I worked in American Horror Story. I'm not saying anything bad about the crew, the cast, the people, but I'm just saying, like, it is hard to keep a show going for that long. We got 12 seasons right now. It's a lot to be like, and what that's based off of, it's really like folklore things and horrific situations. Like, I mean, they made it fun. I mean, they touched on the Cecil Hotel for season, it was a season 5 hotel. So they touch on certain big events, which he's done from the very beginning, and he kind of elaborates off that. I think it's hard to keep doing that and find ideas that you can keep branching off and doing that. And that's what makes it tough, I think. I think that's why he's going to this world of like accessing, novels and getting into that world. So I'm interested to see what he does with this. GR, in your world at all, is the beauty something you like to see? Is this beautacious? Is this beautiful to you? Are you excited about this? Will it bring a spring to your step and make you excited to jump out and turn on to FX on that Folie fall day when it comes and releases into the TV world?
Yeah. Come on.
I mean, I'll watch it because I mean he's an excellent filmmaker. You can't take that away from the man. But most of his work, as you and I have talked on the show about, I will not watch.
Yeah.
He makes heroes out of dirtbags, and that is something I can't stand.
I know you hate it. You hate it, GR. But look at this guy. He made this guy into a dirtbag, and he looks like a hero right there, doesn't he?
Like a guy needs a haircut is what he looks like.
That's a serious Chalamet he's got going on right there.
He looks like
GR, giving GR the look right now too. He's like, "Don't talk shit about my boy Ryan Murphy."
Hey, he can give me the look all he wants, but I can give it one back.
You might be giving a different kind of look too, GR.
Career.
You might be giving GR a different kind of look too. I don't know. What do you think, Lexi?
What does that mean?
I mean, round of applause for GR and Evan Peters after our show.
Talk later.
Talk later. Lexi, what do you think? Does this sound great that Ryan Murphy's branching out into this world, getting these novels and bringing different stories to the light? Or do you think that he should focus on original stories like he's done before in the past?
No, I don't want to watch this. Why can't he save some shows for anyone else? Like this guy, like what? Like I have to watch nothing but Ryan Murphy shows? Like fuck off.
All the contracts. He's got all the contracts.
It's like every fucking show on TV is a fucking Ryan Murphy show. And like, I have never seen a show have a steeper decline in quality than like American Horror Story. The first season's incredible. And it just goes like, shoo. It's, the only 2 seasons that I feel are any good are like the first season and Roanoke. After that, I'm just like, you lose me. And I know like the second season's all right. The third season's, I don't know. Like, it's not good.
But you got Evan Peters in him, man. You know, Evan Peters had a contract.
Phenomenal actor. You know when I was talking about character actors the other day when they were going on, he's a phenomenal character actor. He's another one I feel like we need to give some more potential, but we need to give him like stuff outside of TV. Like we need to give him bigger roles. Why are we casting Timothy Chalamet when this guy's sitting here once again? Like this is one of those conversations we can have.
But why are you not giving Evan Peters more jobs? He's awesome.
Evan Peters is phenomenal, but I don't really care for Ryan Murphy, and I haven't cared for Ryan Murphy for years. Ryan Murphy has a long string of bad television shows. I'm sorry, did you watch Nip Tuck? That was him, right?
That was him. That was him.
That show is a fucking train wreck of a television show. I have never seen a show go more off the rails.
That was like his first show too.
Like the first 2 seasons are good, and then like I don't know what the hell happens to that show. Have you ever watched that show? Seriously,
I've never watched it.
Watch something more batshit. Like when you get to the 5th season and you got a woman killing people with a fucking Build-A-Bear machine and stuff. I'm like, what the hell is this?
You were still watching, Lexi. You were still watching.
I could not see my eyes
off
of a bigger
Murphy grip.
I was like, it's like literally watching a murder in my basement.
If it's so bad, why are you watching it?
Because I used to have a problem with watching things, and now I've learned not to do
bad shit
it
is good. Bad shit is
like,
good. I think he's kind of he might be like a Roger Corman figure now, though. Like he's got a lot of jobs.
He would not like that,
on.
Mike.
I mean,
he would not like you had that. He would not like that at all. He's gonna find you later.
He's giving talent spring off moments so they can grow.
OJ was excellent. OJ one was good. There are things he's done. Like, is he not the one who did? He did 6 Feet Under, right? That's him.
No, he didn't do 6 Feet Under.
Not him. That's the other guy.
6 Feet Under was critically acclaimed.
I know it's one of the other 2 guys. I know it's the same guys who did American Horror Story together. It's one of the 2 of them. So I know. Anyway,
maybe Falchuk was involved with that a little bit because he's also working with Ryan all the time too. And Brad is awesome. Brad's a great guy. So maybe Brad was involved with that too.
But I know it's one of those 2 guys. Anyway, that show was a fucking train wreck too until the very final season, which had one of the best final episodes, but it's like a terrible show.
Oh, great final episode. I watched the first 2 seasons
of all time, but like one of the worst shows I've ever watched. Like I can't believe how bad that show gets. But yeah, like I don't want to watch more stuff from him. And like this comic sounds very intriguing. I'm very interested.
It's interesting. It's interesting. It's very simple. It's very simple. It's just everything is spoken through the action. Like there's not a lot of narration or additional dialogue. And it's beautiful, which I'm kind of a fascist for. Like I need a comic that looks great.
Did you mean to say that, Mike? Beautiful for beauty? Do you remember me saying that was like a thing, right? You're just putting that out there.
Beautiful for beauty. What?
Yes.
If Ryan really wants to make everybody like super horny, he should take Junji Ito comics and do those, and then he would just lose everybody's mind.
All right, let me look it up now.
I think he likes to start with that, Lexi, and then murder everybody. That's what he likes to do. He starts with that. Look at the Menendez brothers; they're wearing like thongs and speedos, and they're making out each other, and then the next thing you know, they're murdering everybody. So that's how he always starts.
Junji Ito, isn't he the one that does the horror shit?
Yeah,
like
Uzumaki.
Hole? That's horrifying.
Yeah. Could you imagine him and those would be weird.
No, I don't want to. Oh my god.
It's sexy and weird. It would just be weird and sexy.
Upsetting, I think, is the word you're looking for.
Yeah. By the way, that new Uzumaki cartoon is amazing. It's so good. The one
we'll have to check that out.
That's so good.
But Ryan Murphy, so Val, I know. Again, like I said, are you still in love with Ryan Murphy like you used to be? Do you still like his shows? Do you think that Gen Z loves Ryan Murphy?
I mean, okay. Definitely at one time loved Ryan Murphy. Like everybody, I mean, my age, like during the Tumblr era, like 2014, like I would say like
The Tumblr.
2012 to
The
2015.
Tumblr.
Yeah, the Tumblr era. uh,
Right.
loved Ryan Murphy because of just everybody would repost things of American Horror Story, and so it was a huge thing.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, people definitely like when, one of his like really popular shows blows up, but I mean, I wouldn't say he's as big with Gen Z as he used to be. He was at one time, but not as much now. If anything,
So,
I feel like he's gotten a lot of hate from Gen Z because of how he's falsely portrayed the Menendez brothers
well, I
in
was going
some
to ask you
ways.
about that too, because that's a big thing they've been talking. Menendez
He
brothers
likes to
everywhere.
gay
Some of that
bait
Gen
too.
Z's.
There's a lot of gay baiting. Like a lot of gay baiting.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, look what
Yeah.
they did with the Menendez brothers. They had them like making out in the shower together and like rubbing on each other naked, and it's like, and I know they were mad about that, and I know Gen Z's been supporting him. He said he's playing all angles, and they're like, wait a second, what?
Like I can accept a little bit of fictionalization. Like I know the Versace one had some fictionalization in it, right? But it made the Versace one really good. That one was really interesting when the guy he murdered Versace. Like that was super interesting. I really liked that one. But that one he also clearly like pushed a lot and fictionalized a lot. Like I did not feel like I was getting the right story with that. But he did a good job with it and I didn't hate it. So it was like it worked for me. Because I really wasn't super familiar with the story. When you're familiar with something like the Menendez brothers, which is like one of the most familiar stories, or even like Dahmer, or like Ed Gein, as we're going into later on some of this kind of stuff, when you get like went to really familiar territory, you can't keep fucking with little details and like changing things and stuff like that. You're better off doing these, hey, I bet you didn't know this story, and then hitting that, and then sensationalizing it a little bit more, so we go, wow, I never heard about this, and then maybe we'll pay more attention to things that were lesser known, and because like picking up the bigger ticket items, I think that's the wrong way to go with Murphy. I think he's better off taking smaller stuff and making it bigger, because he
tries to do the big stuff. The Monkolinsky project.
Every time he's doing this, every time he does this, he bites himself. He shoots himself in the ass, doesn't he? Like he's like, oh, now he's alienated these people who understand the story better, people who are this, who are that. Like if 5 people are familiar with the story, then those 5 people are mad. But if like 50,000 people are familiar with the story, then 50,000 people are mad.
Right, that's business.
Yes, but it also like people are talking about him. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter what he's doing. People are talking about him.
We sure
Netflix
are.
gave him that. Netflix gave him that.
Right?
I know Netflix gave him that like 5 project deal. Like it was like $20 million, $30 million, and it was like whatever you want to do, just do it. And he's like, okay, great. And that's what these are coming off of. So he's able to do whatever. The press is great. Bad press, good press is all good for Ryan Murphy. I'm just like, I feel like we're getting to a territory where he's doing too much. I just think personally. I just think it's a lot.
Meaning that the quality is going to go down, right? Is what you're saying.
I think it eventually will go down. But I think what's saving him is having other people do the writing, though, too. And like other people be showrunners, and he just pops in and just does his little notes and he leaves. And he's doing that more and more consulting as opposed to actually, spearheading it. Now, a series a lot of times do the pilot. If he knows it's going to go like 3 seasons, 4 seasons, to do the pilot, because every good businessman does that, because if you direct a pilot of any show, you get paid for every show as a director and every show moving forward until that show gets canceled. And that's what he does. It's smart.
The territories that he's biting into all the time, and he ends up becoming the guy who does that, right? Like he becomes Stephen King, right? Everything becomes him. And so, like, what do you do in that case? Like, I don't want all of my true crime and my like sort of like sexy horror stuff to just come from one guy. I want like multiple directors and multiple people doing these things. How about
give it a couple years? This is the beginning of that vibe, though. Like,
right?
There will be copycats. There will be young people that are inspired by this.
Are there
going
to be copycats, or are we at this point in our system in Hollywood where we go, "This is the guy," and we just give it to him? Because it seems like we're in a point in our system
at the top
in Hollywood,
level. At the top level, but at the bottom level, there will be growth if there's interest.
There isn't a bottom level anymore.
That's a fair point. That's a fair point.
That's the point that I'm getting at. There isn't a bottom level anymore. There's only the top. So
But when
who's gonna
Thirsty
make it
Daddy
again?
production starts, and we get the very first Thirsty production, then we're gonna get into that new
I'm here for that.
territory.
Definitely. We'll
Direct.
get rid of all this negative bullshit about dirtbags.
Right, Pappy?
Rolling with the
But you
punches.
love P. Diddy, GR.
Thanks, Pat. Yeah.
Well, I know Bubba does. We're in the cell next to him.
Puffy.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
There's a reason he won't
That's
call
where
him
they
Diddy.
took
He
all
just calls him
those,
Puffy.
1,000 bottles of lube. They give it to
Dilligab.
He's
Thanks,
gonna need him.
Babs.
Okay,
Diddy
yeah.
cares now.
Anyways, I gotta say though. Anyways, Ryan Murphy's not going anywhere. I think at the end of the day, he's just gonna keep. Look, I mean, I just coming left and right, and the beauty looks actually interesting and fantastic, and I hope it's great. I know I've kind of given up on American Horror Story, but someone bring me back to it. I don't know. American Horror Story is the Halloween stuff. Val, did you see the trailers for the Halloween stuff? That looks pretty good. The Halloween one looks pretty good.
I actually haven't seen that, so I should look into that because I mean, I want to love American Horror Story very badly. I feel very nostalgic for the earlier seasons.
Right.
So
But isn't it
Hold
more
on.
Kardashian?
Yeah, the new one though, that new season, Delicate was, but now they have like the stories. So I've done like 3 seasons of that.
Oh,
And
yeah,
stories,
yeah.
it's all based off of Halloween lore. So it's all Halloween stories for this new one. It's like 5 episodes only. It looks really interesting to me. Actually, the trailer looks pretty good. So, hey, maybe it's a return to form for him for that. At least for that. He's good with horror. He's good with gruesome, grotesque stuff. And so I can't wait to see it. And I don't know about that grotesque show, though. It doesn't look that great to me. But I can tell you, Ryan Murphy's always got a hit. He's always got a hit. Unfortunately, there's also a lot of misses lately in Hollywood. A lot of misses been building up lately. Megalopolis, Joker 2, The Substance. Oh my God, like big, massive misses for the business. So I want to find out, I want to just talk about this one time on Kruse Control. What is the biggest loss, the biggest flop, the biggest miss this year? Let's find out in our feature story of the night. And Mike, it's in Kruse Court. Welcome to Kruse Court, everybody. We're back here again, and the question is, what's the biggest flop? The biggest flop of the year so far? Megalopolis, Joker 2, and I'm throwing in the reins the Substance that came out too because that trailer came out and Val showed me. I watched the trailer. Trailer's great, and that one also bombed. People are like, "What the hell did I just watch?" That's the biggest thing that all 3 of these movies. What the hell did I just watch? Joker 2, like with the singing and the dancing and the sidetracking from the narrative. People are like, "This is ridiculous." And then the end thing with Megalopolis, the whole movie pretty much like what I just watched. I kept saying that the whole time. At least Megalopolis made, well, 4 million opening weekend, horrible. They're saying 11 million second weekend. Overall, they got 11 million bucks. Joker 2 made at least 121 million worldwide, but the second weekend, it's going to drop to maybe the second biggest drop ever in the business to like 8 to 9 million for the second weekend. Crazy. The Substance did really well. Overall, it's made 18 million, but still at like the budget is 50 million bucks. They're still losing their dollars and their bills and all the money. So what's happening with Hollywood, guys? That's my question. Are we just coming out like horrible content right now because anything actually worked these days? Does this make sense, these flopped? And which one is the biggest flop? The biggest flop so far? That's my question out there in Kruse Control. And which one hurts the most too? That's the question. Which one hurts the most? I still kind of think Joker 2 hurts the most. I think honestly, because they expected that to do well. I think we knew that Megalopolis was not going to do well. Francis Ford Coppola didn't care. He put up his own money. He had to find his own money to sell his vineyards to make this happen, to make this movie happen. So I think he's like, I'm going to lose money. I don't care. I'm making this movie. I think Joker 2 hurts, but I want to know what Kruse Court, what's everybody think? What hurts the most this year? And what's the movie that, if you had to sit down and watch one for 5 times straight through, which one that you'll do? That's the question. Gonna go to Mike first here, everybody. Let's go to Mike over here in Kruse. Oh, Mike's like, I want that. I want that now.
I do want that. Yeah, I just watched Joker 2 yesterday.
All right, Mike, I'm putting you on the stand, Mike. Putting the stand with the truth, the whole truth. Nothing but the truth will help you. Mike, in Kruse Court.
I
What
swear to
is the
Beavis and
biggest
Butthead,
flop?
Brian.
Swear. And don't threaten me. Don't threaten me. What's the biggest flop in your book?
the biggest flop. So yeah, I did just go see Joker 2 yesterday because I like to go see movies in the theater, and that was one of the few options. I honestly would have gone to see Megalopolis if it was available. Joker 2, we explored in the first movie. We explored what it's like to be irrelevant in a society. In Joker 2, we see what it's like to have someone accept you, to have someone recognize you. Harley Quinn sees him and appreciates him for himself. Do I think it was necessary? No. It added very little to kind of the taxi driver statement that they had for the first movie. But it was fun, and for a musical, it wasn't annoying, and it was beautiful to watch. There was a lot of Christopher Nolan kind of vibes. I don't know what his addition to that movie was. Megalopolis, I want to see. Brian gave me Your Honor.
Your Honor.
His Honor gave me an interesting report from that. And before today, I sat down and I watched all the trailers that I could, and I saw, they're referencing older movies. It seems to be kind of a paean. I believe that's a Greek word, a paean to the Hollywood of old. So I don't think that you can view this in a vacuum. Meaning, Your Honor, that the guilty party involved in this is neither of these movies that have been suggested, but it is indeed the audience who is not viewing these movies within the context of cinema at large, and thank you, Lexi, and instead just wants, tweetable sound bites, whatever. We need to allow some complexity to be happening between the art form and the people who are hopefully enjoying the art. It's us. We're the problem. We're guilty. Sentence us, Your Honor.
Can that change though, Mike? I don't think that can change. I think that it's just where we're at right now.
That's an incredibly challenging question. I don't know if that is within the realm of Kruse Court to answer.
Yeah.
Can it change? Actually, it can change. If people care and they love and they bring themselves to all the situations in their lives and they fucking vote, Your Honor, it can happen.
Yep, but there you go. So Mike says it can change, but Mike is still saying the one that hurts the most. You think that it's Joker 2?
No, it's us. We're guilty. We're the problem.
Oh, we're guilty. We're the ones that flopped. We're the floppers.
Variety.
We're the flopperoos. Let's go to Val here. Val, what do you think about this? Does Gen Z care about any of these projects? Do you care about these projects? Were they doomed to fail? And who do you think is to blame? I want the truth, Val. I want the truth. The whole truth, nothing but the truth. You're in Kruse Court.
Well, let me just say, I think that these are very, very specific genres, at least for the substance, as well as Joker 2. Because, I don't think everybody goes to see a musical, and I don't think everybody goes to see, like, a body horror film. It's just not for everybody. But I do think it's really great that they're making films that just aren't, like, digestible for every type of person. I do commend them on that. I will say, I think Gen Z was really anticipating the new Joker movie, just because, Gaga and the first one did so good, but, it just hasn't really done as well. Gen Z loves the substance, and I can't speak for the other one, but the substance...
Megalopolis.
Yeah, I can't really speak about that one too much, but as far as I know, Gen Z really loves the substance because, Margaret Qualley's great, but also just, the commentary on aging and, just in Hollywood in general. And yeah, it's insane. And just, the female experience, I would say, in that sense, for aging in Hollywood.
It's a strange thing. Like, the trailer alone, it's like, I had a friend that watched this, Val, too, and it's like, I found a theater, so I'm going to go check it out. The substance, they were just like, it's again weird. They're like, it's just weird. And the idea of being able to be young and then you go back to your regular age and you're young and go back was really cool. And they say they had a great story, great narrative, but it was just so weird that you have to watch it. And it does play into the whole like ageless thing, like we will live forever, you know, which everybody does. That's Hollywood trope as it is too. Everybody wants to like stay young forever, be acting forever. Of course, it's like Neverland. I would always say we all come here and want to hold on to that youth and be, you know, lost boys forever. And I think that's a great premise for this, but it just also, it could be like a thing about the industry too. People just don't want to pay to go to movies now, you know? Could just be as simple as that.
Yeah,
What was that, G?
that could definitely be part of it.
But they can't afford to.
Can't afford to. That's another whole thing too on top of it. I don't even know if it's even even the business or actually the producer or the director's problem. I think overall it's just, you know, there's so many flops this year. And I saw the Borderlands thing out there too, Borderlands, but I don't think we expect that to be a hit either. I think they knew that was going to fail. There was no promotion for that. There was nothing. I just think a lot of things are flopping based off budget, based off what it is. I still think Joker's going to hurt the most this year at the end of the day. GR, let's put you on the stand, man. Let's get you out there and tell us how you're feeling, because I want the truth, GR, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help you, Waters, GR. What do you think, man? Tell me the truth.
So help you, Daddy.
So help you, thirsty daddy. What is the biggest bomb in your book? And do you think it's the business, or you think that's just like horrible content they're giving us?
I agree with Mike. It is the business and us. But as far as the movies go, definitely Joker. As you said, Brian,
Megalopolis.
Thank you. Big word. Nobody expected that to be a hit. It was his money, his show. It was a little strange to say the least, but the Joker flat out sucked. I want to see a musical. I go back to the 40s or the 30s, and that's when they made musical. They don't make musicals anymore, especially ones with bad singing. I mean, that movie sucked.
It should be good singing overall. But then again, Todd Phillips said, hey, sing bad because you're in jail. And that makes sense. I don't know if that makes sense.
I got a Rocky Horror shirt on right here, my friend.
Nice.
All right, well, Lexi. Lexi.
Some kanji on there.
You got to rock, Lexi. Your take on this. I'm throwing it on the stand here in Kruse Court. Is this just the business? Or are they just giving us shit right now? What's going on in Hollywood? What's going on? Quack away. Quack away.
I'm quacking. You saved the harshest for last and you knew it, right? I'm going to be brutal about Joker. And it's because I know about people who are into Joker. I study the psychology behind people who are into Joker. When the Joker movie came out, it was very appealing to white males in a particular demographic.
Incel, you can say the word if that's what you're thinking.
It definitely was incels. Incels were another one, but it was like more than that. It was like very appealing to a particular type of disenfranchised male that was feeling a particular way at that time. And the movie made them feel empowered to start engaging in certain behaviors. And after that, that's where you got figures like Andrew Tate coming out and things like that. And that's where you kind of got this new wave male behaviors that come out now, like these more like where they blatantly attack women and blatantly attack out society.
This is the death of satire, though, is it not? Like, what were they trying to embolden these behaviors with Joker 1, or were they portraying them to condemn them?
The person who made it clearly was just really into Taxi Driver and had an idea for Joker. And
it was 100% Taxi Driver, yeah.
So they weren't really like thinking about that when they made the film. They didn't really understand that when Heath Ledger made the Joker, all those years ago, that it also spawned this kind of behavior that came out of people, because Heath Ledger's Joker was really what spawned the school shooter type to really latch on to the character. And so when the second Joker film was coming, they thought that they were going to get a second empowerment film. They thought they were going to get more of the same. They thought they were going to get
massive.
Yes, I'm going to get more of the ha ha ha, that kind of shit. And they got a musical with Lady Gaga. And the guy said it was going to be a musical when he was making it. I said this before. And he said it was going to whatever. When it came out, they got the wrong thing. And He alienated that fan base. I'm not mad.
Was that deliberate then?
I think it was deliberate. I think it's
that's awesome. Then I
think it's great. I love it. But why did it fail? It failed exactly for those reasons, because of the exact conversation I'm having. There was no way Joker 2 was going to succeed. As soon as they said it was a musical with Lady Gaga, I said this movie will bomb.
But it's Lady Gaga.
Yeah, of course, she's wonderful. We said this movie will bomb. It's a Joker film with Lady Gaga that's a musical. How could it not? It's not going to appeal to the incels. How is that not? They're the people. They're the demographic for this.
Appeal to anybody. It sucked.
And that might be. I haven't actually watched the film, so I can't actually make an assessment on it. But I can tell you that just off of that assessment, that your core demographic was never going to watch that film. And
that's incredible. Yeah, that's incredible. Then coming after a $1 billion successful movie. They say, okay, the studio says you have to come up with a sequel to it, and then they do something that totally undercuts the main, main audience that they have for the movie.
Everybody doesn't like something, or most people don't like something. You don't speak for everyone. You don't know what everybody likes. You don't like musicals. You don't know what most people like.
Don't lie to the pep star.
Because when Wicked comes out, I guarantee you that's going to kill in the box office. Kill.
I think it'll do great. I think it'll do great. I just think that,
oh my god, it's gonna kill.
You have Lady Gaga though. I really thought I had some friends, like diehard friends, who were like really excited about this movie, being like, "This is gonna be the biggest blockbuster of the year because of Lady Gaga, biggest one."
Long time. She's got a fan base for sure, but she's got a hard to climb.
A different fan base though is the thing, right?
Yeah,
there's not a lot of crossover there.
Yeah,
Megalopolis is concerned. I just wanted to get
Megalopolis.
But Megalopolis is like very clearly a Roman. Like, it's about Rome. He's Caesar. It's Rome. It's a bunch of Romans.
Yeah.
It's a Roman story. But then they slip some science fiction in, so it's Rome science fiction. I'm like,
in New York.
You want my opinion?
Yep.
It's too far over everybody's heads. Y'all ain't smart enough for this shit.
High concept. Fucking bring it.
So you didn't watch it.
I only hear that in the bedroom, buddy.
You could. I mean, also, like, I agree with GR. They weren't gonna watch this. Like, it really wasn't like a movie that was gonna do well in theaters. It just wasn't. I'm extremely excited to watch this film. I really want to watch it, but I don't want to watch it in a theater. I want to watch it at home where I can smoke
IMAX.
Because I'm
IMAX. It'd be great in IMAX.
You can chief cool. on your little vape unit in the IMAX theater. Nobody would care.
That right there makes so much sense.
I'm not gonna say I don't, but like
you did.
But like, even though I'm like, it is above people's heads, like, also, he's not wrong either. Like, they weren't really going to go see this. This wasn't the kind of thing that was ever going to, even at a time in, like, I'm going to say, like, in the 2000s, when stuff like this would have sold. Like, like the Vanilla Sky era.
I love Vanilla Sky.
Absolutely, one of my favorite films. The original's better, though. But, Open Your Eyes, what the original is. It's so much better. No, the original is so good. With all in Spanish. Oh my god!
And we not.
You just like your boy because he gives you work. Anyway,
I do love Tom Cruise. I do love Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise is good in that movie too. But anyway, genuinely, like, I think in the early 2000s, like 2002, 2003, that this movie would have killed, and it actually would have been like one of those. Oh, we'll celebrate him for this movie because it's one of the biggest directors of all time, right? But, like, I don't know. I think, like, in today's market, like, that kind of stuff isn't really... Nothing is. I mean, the fact that Furiosa had such a poor... And
that bombed, too. Another big budget one that bombed.
And I finally watched that on HBO. I didn't see it in theater. And I have to say, like, I didn't think it was great. I think that it was fun. What was weird? I thought I enjoyed it. I had too much action and not enough story. Like,
a lot of action.
I was like, there's so much action. I was bored. I was like, you ever been like in that place where I'm like, there's just like, can you get like? I thought there was no plot, there was no story because it was so much action. Like,
I still love Chris Hemsworth in that. I think he did great with that big nose and all that.
That film, and I love the chariot.
GR's not about it.
But like,
that's not a big bomb though this year. Big bomb.
It really wasn't all that good. When I was done with the movie, I walked away from it going like, It was like
I guess they're not giving us. They're not giving us intriguing stories enough to get us to go to the theater to pay the money. That's what it comes down to.
Packed with that much action, can't pull an audience in and make money. how the fuck is Megalopolis going to make any money?
Good question. Peppy, what do you think about Megalopolis?
What the hell were they smoking?
Yeah, it's a good question, man. I don't know what they were smoking.
Peyote.
Peppy did not know what was happening. Val, do you want to see, even though these reviews are bad, you love Lady Gaga, do you want to even see this at this point? Will you go on will you watch it at home even at this point?
Oh yeah, I want to. I want to watch it just because I want to know. Like, I want to be in the know completely about like, what the movie's actually like. I mean,
Do you have any
despite
friends
what
that liked
everybody's
it?
saying about it. No. I don't have any friends who actually really liked it. Everybody's just kind of been like, "Oh yeah, very disappointing," which
That was a movie.
is insane. Yeah. But I mean, wow, like Lexi, your take was very on point though. Like, I didn't think about it that way, of like the original one was very much worshipped by like just incel dudes, just white incel dudes, and so of course this one wasn't going to be.
That's all the Joker is. And those men and women that idolize Harley and Joker, it's like, that's idolizing a relationship. What's wrong with
Mr.
you?
J.
It's not a relationship to idolize.
This is art. Art portrays ugly parts of humanity. Like, come on.
Well, the movie is fine. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about like out in the world, these people that are like, oh,
Well, yeah.
she's my heart.
What is this trash?
Gross.
It's an abusive relationship, yeah.
I can't wait. I can't wait to go home and be abused.
Who is this for? That's all I want. Who is this for?
That is sad. It's horrifyingly sad. You're correct, Lexi.
That is not a relationship to idolize. That is not. That's relationship goals in any conceivable fucking way.
I just hate because this year is like, we had the strikes and we have a lot less content coming out, and the content that has come out, a lot of it has not done well because it just feels like they rushed it. Maybe they rushed it because of the strikes. Maybe they cut some corners. Maybe they just weren't creative enough. There's plenty of time to sit down and like write something that's great and then film it. We didn't get that. And I still like Megalopolis. I'll still say it's a beautiful movie. Beautiful movie. Weirdest movie I've seen my whole life. And I saw Joker. I would say Joker is really weird too, but it's a beautiful looking movie. Cinematography, acting, all that's great. It just didn't need the songs. Could have been shorter. Could have been tighter, and we could have got to the point quicker. It would have been better again. And I could have seen the Joker be the Joker as opposed to like he's not the Joker. But that's what it is. Movies are gonna bomb. A lot are gonna keep bombing. A lot have bombed this year, and it's really unfortunate because the business needs good stuff and get those butts in the seats now more than ever. And unfortunately, it might lead the way to the end of cinema. Hey there, everybody. Thank you for being on Kruse Control. As always, appreciate you. Happy hump day. Hope you had a great time, everybody. As always, appreciate you being here. Love you guys. Thank you so much. Happy Wednesday. We got through. Woo, Jacket's got to go off. I got to say thank you for being here, as always. It was great. You had 228 people. Thank you for being here on Kruse Control. As always, Mr. Mike Casey, our resident intellectual, the man himself, man of the hour, rocking out with the clock out. Thanks for being here, Mike. As always, I appreciate you having a great night.
It could have been shorter, could have been tighter. That's what you said on our trip through Thailand, right, Brian?
Could have been a lady.
Sorry, that's a horrifying joke. Thanks for having me on. It's great to be here with all these guys. Wow. Thanks for coming, Valerie. Now you know what you're in for. I hope you come back because we love having you here. The chat loves having you here. Thanks, chat.
Thank you, chat, too. Appreciate you, Mike, for being here. Appreciate you. And Miss Valerie Zatarga, thank you for being here on Kruse Control for the first time, Val. Hope you had a great time. It was great bringing your takes into here, bringing a new voice to the show, as always. And I hope you had a great time. Thank you for being here tonight on Hump Day. Oh, we can't hear her now. We can't hear you, Val. We can't. I don't know why we can't hear you. I'm giving you a round of applause, though. Or maybe the earbuds died.
That's what it looks like.
Oh no!
Earbud death.
I made it to the end, though. That's pretty good.
My earbud.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Val. Our hot take master of the evening. Appreciate you, Val. And also, Miss Lexi Koval. Thank you, Lex, for being here again. Bringing your takes too. Bringing some negativity, but also some positivity. Some positivity as well, Lexi. Appreciate you as all for being here.
Can I just say, if you have relationship goals, Harley and Ivy are the ones that you want to follow. That's a relationship goal. That's a relationship goal right there.
Okay.
GR
On
is
that
not
point,
sold.
Thirsty Daddy, thank you for being here on Kruse Control, GR. Hope you had a great time. As always, our technical director himself.
It was a great show, Ryan. It was a lot of fun.
Thanks, GR. Thank you.
And Al was a great new addition to the group.
Yeah. Round of applause for Valerie one more time. Thank you for being here on Kruse Control. I appreciate you all. Again, we're all across the board. We're on Kick, Twitter, we're on, or X, I guess we should call it these days. We're on Rumble, we're on YouTube, we're on Twitch, we're on every platform you can think of. We're out there. Bring it to you. And thank you, everybody. Every night you're here on Kruse Control. Queen, thank you for being here as always. But you got to keep spreading that love. Right now, we're at the 2,700. We're trying to get that 3,000 by the end of the month. Hopefully, we can do it, of course, to spread across our platforms. We got more people on Rumble. If you're on Rumble right now, please come over to YouTube. Just hit subscribe. We appreciate it so much. If you can, join the channel. There's a lot of cool stuff in there. Bringing more like shows that come after that, too, if you're a member as well. There's buttons, there's badges. Oh, my. There's Beavers. There's Mike with his special shows on Saturday night. It's great. You can be involved with Kruse Control, and that's what happens. You just got to be a member, though. That goes a long way. But he does puppet shows. He has puppet shows. Hey, stop. Puppet shows.
74 cents a month. It's a good deal.
It's great. Anyways, keep those numbers going up. Appreciate you always being here. But you got to keep spreading that love. You got to tell your friends, your family, your uncles, your aunts, your grandmas, your grandpas, your great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-grandmas and grandparents that came down from Xenu, landed back in the Muppets' backyard. They smacked that guy away. Woo! When it finally lands, this fucking UFO landed smack down in someone's backyard with a beaver, badger, and a bear. And they had a great time together because you know what happens? They have beer and whiskey and all that stuff. They're doing shots. They're doing other things. Who knows what kind of drugs? They're recreational beaver stuff. That's what happens. That's what I'm talking about. Unicorns pop up. That's fine, too, because they're great, too. They bring the party, as always, and they all subscribe. And all of a sudden, the freaking antelope come. They're freaking cool, too. They're crazy. They're crazy. Don't mess with the antelope. They're fucking nuts. And also, everything else that comes up, the groundhogs, they're crazy, too, because you got to watch out for those skunks. They have some crazy. Okay, anyways, they're saying, watch your mail, man. Take care of yourself. Have a great night. We'll see you back on Friday. We appreciate you as always. Please spread the world, love, the word, and everything else, and keep Kruse Control, rock and roll in future, and we'll eventually beat to that million before you know it. But anyways, everybody, take care of yourself. Have a great night. Appreciate you. Enjoy the rest of your hump day, hump night. And until Friday, we'll be back one more time. And then, see ya.
Yo, player, if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe and hit the bell to be notified when we are live. And if you are able to join our Patreon, please join. Because the pep star needs more snickety snacks. Because I'm hungry. Holla back. Love y'all.